Hello again, one more of the videos. My name is Sofia Tsourlaki. For those of you that you are new in the channel, you don't know me. For those that you do, hi, how are you? It's been a while. I have been very busy lately with work and research, primarily academic research. Without further ado, we will go to discuss today's topic, which is a very unpleasant topic. So if you are sensitive, if you have triggers, be aware. Things will be said that they will be unpleasant, but someone has to do it. Someone has to talk about these things. And today's topic will be how Muslim men have dishonored themselves and Islam due to their sexuality. Which is, I could create 10 different videos based on that, on different ways that male sexuality today oppresses Muslim women. One would be the access of Muslim women in mosques, how restricted this access is, let alone a Muslim woman's freedom to recite the Quran in public, to lead a prayer in front of men. And now the majority of Muslim men, traditionalist Muslim men, they will have their hair stand up and, oh, how dare you talk about that? This is haram. Shall we talk about this is haram? Why is this haram? This will lead us to male sexuality. Or if we talk about the hijab, should women cover themselves? And again, the traditionalist males will be like, of course, it's haram. If not, why is it haram? And then the conversation will lead us again to male sexuality, because if a woman, in the previous topic, when it comes to why women should not be in the mosque, or why women should not recite the Quran, or why women should not lead prayer of men, the answer of the traditionalist is, because I cannot pray and have a woman's bum in front of me. Really? Oh. Whereas you think that for us women, having a male bum in front of us when we pray, it's something. So it's because men cannot control their sexuality within the mosque, the moment of prayer. The other argument about the hijab, that if we see the hair of the women, men will be sexually aroused, and that will create problem and sin and sinful thoughts. So again, males can't control the sexuality. And then let's talk about sexual harassment, my dears, which is a topic, a no topic. Nobody talks in the Middle East and the Muslim majority countries about that. Nobody, or at least nobody used to talk. We don't talk about that. It doesn't happen to us. It never happens to Muslims, huh? Has it? So I'm very emotionally charged, and this is my style. I'm very passionate as a person. And from this moment, I want to clarify. I do not hate Muslim men. Not at all. But I do hate and condemn such behaviors, and most importantly, the mindset that permit or cultivate such behaviors. Now, I will not talk about the many different ways we Muslim women are being oppressed within our own communities, mosques, and houses because of male sexuality. I will talk about male sexuality itself. And from this moment, if you need to keep one sentence from this video, is this: the fact that male sexuality is being used as an argument to oppress and abuse women today should make every single Muslim man feel ashamed of themselves. The fact that 1400 years after the revelation of the Quran, Muslim men use their sexuality as uncontrollably. They don't control their sexuality. Is a source of shame. Proves that Muslim men have nothing to do with the Islamic principles. They have learned nothing from the Prophet or from the Quran. Not every Muslim man, but everyone who rapes, sexually assaults, or uses vehemently arguments against women based on male sexuality. Now let me tell you some very disturbing facts that I discovered accidentally, I need to say, because I'm a researcher, I make research. So I stumbled upon a piece of research that comes from 2013 from the book Gender and Violence in Islamic Societies, Patriarchy, Islamism and Politics in the Middle East and North Africa. This is by Zahia Salhi. The pages I use here are pages 43 to 61. I must admit I was absolutely shaken when I finished reading these. How many pages? 20 pages, not even, 18 pages. They destroyed my mood. They hurt me so much. I knew as a woman, I knew that sexual harassment exists. I knew that rape exists in Middle Eastern societies and in Muslim majority countries. This is my understanding. In Muslim majority countries. But I had no idea about the prevalence of the phenomenon. Now this chapter, because it's a chapter from the book, the chapter is written by Ghanim David. It talks about violence in general. I will not talk about the physical violence. This is another topic. I will make another video, okay? The beating of the women by their fathers, by their husbands, and how this is justifiable in Muslim majority countries. I will not talk about that. I will go directly to page 48, where we talk about sexual violence in the Middle East. Now, we will start with Egypt. Nobody wonders why, between me and you. 98% of rape cases in Egypt go unreported. Let me make you understand it differently. For every 2 cases of rape that you learn in Egypt, there are other 98 unreported. Imagine the number of the rapists in the room. And I will insist in this video, and I insist in my life in general, because the society is every society. They say, oh, that percentage of women have been raped, and I don't like the language, because, again, the focus is on the women. No. The focus, for me as a Muslim woman, is on the men. There are men who commit the rapes. So let's say that 98% are not being reported. So I want you to keep that percentage in mind when we will talk about the numbers that we have in our hands. According to the National Council for Social Research, there are 20,000 cases of rape in Egypt every year. Given that only 2% is being reported, think, the size. Now, in my understanding, there are 20,000 men that choose to rape a woman in Egypt every year. Now, keep in mind that some of these rapes are gang rapes. So there are many more than 20,000 men that rape. But let's take the necessary minimum. 60% of these cases are of incest. And these are official data we have from the National Council for Social Research. In other words, we know that 12,000 men, Egyptian Muslim men, are being reported of raping their own daughters or their own sisters every year. Again, 12,000 is the bare minimum, okay? And some will say, oh, but Egypt has a Christian population as well. Well, yeah, okay, take your freedom. If that will make you feel better, that from the 12,000 officially reported men that every year in Egypt rape their own daughters or their own sisters, if it makes you feel better that 1,000 of them are not Muslims, I'm okay with it. I can go with it. If for you the difference is in this, I can do that. How can a Muslim man, a man that follows the Quran, how can they rape a woman, their own daughters, their own sisters? Is it because the daughter or the sister was walking in the house without hijab? Is it because she was not fully covered with, I don't know, gilbi or whatever? No. The Quran said it, that in front of their fathers, they're not supposed to. And here comes the argument. It was never about the hijab. It's never about the hijab. It's not about the way people dress. And I say people because men rape men as well. Or young boys. It happens. So it has nothing to do with the piece of cloth on the head or on the body. Sexual harassment affects 66% of Egyptian women in their workplaces. So in every 10 women you know, 6 of them have been sexually harassed at the workplace. So 6 men, they go to their offices or to their businesses or to their factories. 6 in every 10. So in every 10 men you know that they work, 6 of them, they go to their work and they find it okay to sexually harass their co-workers. Let's continue. Qatar shows that 4.3% of women have been sexually harassed and 2% have experienced rape. So 2% of Qatari population has chosen to rape women. Sexual assault and rape of children in Morocco became a solemn problem. According to reports from the organization Do Not Touch My Child, a rape of children, right? Children, has increased up to 306 rape cases in 2008. Now the data are old because the book was published 2013. So again, 306 Moroccan men, Muslim men, they chose to rape children. Is it because they saw the hair of the children and they got sexually aroused and they didn't know what to do with it? Thinking? Sexual assault and incest against children is also widespread in Palestinian territories that often occur with the knowledge and silence of the mothers. 80% of mothers to sexually assaulted children by their fathers, so the children are being sexually assaulted by fathers or brothers, are aware of the situation. So 80% of the women know what is going on. But they choose to be silent because they are afraid of divorce, shame, or split family. And here there is a whole... I can make hundreds of videos to talk about the chain, how patriarchy makes the woman dependent on a man. And then the man has absolute authority on the entire family. Can rape the woman, can rape the daughter, can rape the son, and the woman knows and can do nothing, because if she does, she will most probably be beaten and silenced. What she can do? What? Go to the authorities? And this is not only in Palestine, everywhere. Can you go to the authorities and report your rape, knowing that if you go to the police station in Egypt, that I know, if you go to the police station, most probably you will be raped again by the policeman? How patriarchy and how male sexuality, because this is the whole idea, keeps oppressing women, children, everyone. And this is happening by Muslim men. This is the same men that they beat their wives in the name of the honor of family, in the name of obedience. The same men. They rape their children, they rape strange women in the street, their co-workers in the offices. The same men. And of course here you will say, oh, but it's not only us that we do it, everyone. I mean, in every country there are rapes. Yeah, there are, in every country. I don't care about the non-Muslims. I care about the Muslims. I care about you Muslim brothers, that you judge and condemn women so easily for not wearing hijab, for wearing colors, for wearing too tight clothes. But even if the clothes are loose, oh, but they are colorful. Oh, but does she cover her ear? Does she cover her neck? So I mean, women, we need to go through detailed examination. And we're always deficient. No matter what you do, if you're a Muslim woman, you are always deficient in the eyes of men. The same men that they find it okay to go to pray in the mosque and then go out and rape. Male sexuality is problematic everywhere. Patriarchy is problematic everywhere. But what I care about is my community, is the Muslim men. Okay? Let's continue. Incest could also cause death in the family, as the case of a Jordanian father who raped his daughter for 5 years with the knowledge of her mother. When the father found out that his daughter, who reached the age of 19, was impregnated, how did that happen? He himself performed a cesarean operation on his daughter, leaving her to bleed to death. A Jordanian man. A Muslim man did that. He raped his daughter for 5 years, and then he killed his daughter. He found it absolutely normal to take a knife and perform a cesarean. However, rape cases are extremely difficult, if not impossible, to report for many reasons, including the stipulation that when reporting a case to the authorities, a male guardian must accompany the victim of rape. Now imagine that you go to report your father for raping you, but you have to have your father with you to report that. I will not continue. This is a very, very interesting book, and this chapter is exceptionally interesting. And it talks about every kind of violence that you can imagine. But I will not continue, because it does affect me emotionally. And don't tell me that, oh, as an academic or when you talk about Islam, you need to be calm. No, I don't. No, I don't. This is what permitted our community to reach these levels. The fact that women are supposed not to talk about these things. Oh, that's a shame. We are not supposed to talk about. We're not supposed to talk about men that rape us. No, because this is we expose the community. We don't expose the community. Because not everyone, alhamdulillah, at least I want to believe that not every man is a rapist. I want to believe that not every Muslim man is incapable of controlling his sexuality and his urges. But I want those who do rape, I want them exposed. I want them exposed. If I knew personally such a human being, I would expose them to the worst case. The worst way possible. I would. This whole idea of silence and shame and honor of the family or the tribe is exactly an instrument to silence the victims. Because yeah, I'm your daddy, I'm your Jordanian Muslim daddy, and I can rape you for 5 years from the age of 14. But you're not supposed to talk about that, because if you say about what I do to you, you will destroy my fame, you will destroy my honor. Does it sound rational to you? Because it doesn't sound rational to me. And let's take another perspective, okay? Men, in traditionalist understanding of Islam, are the rational. And we women, we are the emotional. Men are the strong and women are the weak, right? A rational, strong creature can't control his private parts in the mosque, within the family, in the streets, in the workplace. Because I don't accept that only incest rape is bad. No, every kind of sexual assault is bad. But men, you had 100 years to absorb Islamic principles. I never saw in the Quran God saying that, you know what, even about the hijab and even about the way that women perform. God never said that the responsibility of male behavior lays on women. Never. Nowhere in the Quran. Even in the hadith, for those of you that you follow the hadith so much, we have this famous hadith where a beautiful woman approached the Prophet and the friend or the companion of the Prophet was like, looking at the woman. And the Prophet turned the face of the companion away. The Prophet didn't say to the woman, cover or move. No. The responsibility lay on men. And the idea that you cannot have sexual intercourse outside of your wife is for men as well. It's not only for women. It's not that women should only have sex with their husband, but men can do whatever they want with their daughters, their cousins, their sisters, their neighbors. No. No. And every time I hear, oh, women cannot lead the prayer because men cannot pray behind bums of women. Or, women should cover because they will cause sin to men. We women do not cause any sin. We don't. A daughter, by default, should not cause a sin to the father, should not cause sexual thoughts to the father. A sister should not cause sexual thoughts to the brother. So it's not the women. Because you have children being raped. You have men being raped. It has nothing to do with the victim. It has to do with the man that decides that, I have something between my legs and I want to entertain it. And I will do it with whomever is weaker than me. It can be a younger human being, a woman that is physically weaker than me, a male that is not as strong as me. So again, Muslim men, not all of you, because some of you are good guys, or I want to believe you are good guys. Those of you out there that you are watching this video, and unfortunately, I know that some of you that you are watching, you have committed sexual assault or rape. I will not talk about beating your wives or beating your sisters or beating women. This is another video. We will make another video about that. Now we're talking about sexual assault. Unfortunately, and I say that with great sorrow, I know that some of you have practiced it. You should feel ashamed, and you are disgrace of Islam. Everything else is an excuse. And those of you that you have never committed such a horrible act, but you are very happy and very comfortable with narrations that want women to be responsible for men misbehaving. Women should cover. Women should not recite the Quran because the voice of a woman sexually arouses men. Women should not bend their bodies in front of a man. Women should not faint in public because, oh, she's laid down. What does that mean for a man? Those of you, those males, that you feel comfortable with these narrations and you find them very natural, you help the perpetrators. You make the environment comfortable for them. Those of you that you claim to be scholars of Islam, that you have these ideas, rethink of what you're talking about, because scholars have greater responsibility. Not that the lay people don't. Everyone has responsibility. Everyone. It's clear in the Quran. Each one of us is responsible. But if you're a scholar, if you know that your words affect people and you support such theories of oppression in the name of male sexuality, because male sexuality is like if we need to worship male sexuality, okay? It's the one thing that everyone should we women, we should keep it in mind as the first priority from the moment we open our eyes until we will fall asleep. And even if we are asleep, okay, let's talk about marital rape or I mean, these family, the incest cases. Very often they happen while the victim sleeps. So a woman should be 24 hours alerted, and the first priority in her mind should be male sexuality. I shouldn't put makeup because males will get erection. I shouldn't have my hair free because males will get aroused by my hair. Or when I cover, I should cover with black color. I should be invisible. I should be muted. I should be non-existent, because the moment I exist, male sexuality has control over me. And this is unfair. This is horrible. This is oppressive. I will not continue. I tried to be as calm as I could. But again, we women need to start talk about that. And girls, please, talk. Talk. Because the number one excuse when you talk to men about that, it's like, oh, I don't know any woman has been raped. Really, sweetheart? You don't know any woman, because no woman will come casually and sit next to you and say, oh, you know what, last night my father raped me. Or last night my brother raped me. Or yesterday at school someone raped him. Or the colleague at work grabbed my boobs. No woman will do that. One, if she does that, the first thing you will tell her, what did you do for this to happen? The blame will go on her. The second thing, do you think that this is something that we are very happy to talk about? Do you think that it's something that we like remembering, let alone talk about it? Especially when we know that there is no one to help us. Nothing that can be done. The only solution is just take it and move on. That's the only solution. So no, you don't know women, because women don't talk to you. Men out there, half of you, your mothers have been raped, your sisters have been raped, and you have no idea about it. Because when your sister will listen to you saying, oh, do you think she's not causing sexual assault because of the way she's dressed? Immediately she knows that you are one of them. She knows. She knows. She knows. She knows. She knows. How will she trust you and will come and talk to you? And what can you do if she talks to you? Blame her, right? So, no, you don't know because we don't talk. And we don't talk because, what's the point? And it's not something pleasant. It's not, I collected strawberries. Look, let me talk to you about my happy experience. No. Sexual assault is very traumatic. Rape is devastating. Not especially, because I cannot put levels in rape. Rape is rape, no matter if it happens when you're a child, a teenager, a woman, or an older woman. It happens to older women. I will finish here, hopefully. Think about what you do, those of you that you do it, and how you prepare the environment. You make it easy for those who choose to rape to commit the rape, for the rest of you. For those of you that say, but not all men rape. Yet, not all men rape, but all men contribute in a societal context where they can freely rape whomever they wish and get away with it. Yes. So think about that again. Think how you betray Islamic principles. Think if God, because the whole idea of a Muslim person is that we are obedient to Allah and we seek to please Allah. Think in what ways a father who rapes his daughter, pleases Allah. Any man who rapes any creature, be it a human or a non-human, male or female, child, teenage, adult, elderly, how do you please Allah? And I find it devastating that so many thousand men, Muslim men, they think it's absolutely okay. Not only okay, many Muslim men, especially younger, and I definitely know for Egypt because I am involved with Egyptian people. Young Egyptian males, they find it to be the right that, oh, she's not wearing a niqab, I can rape her. She's a bad woman. And there was a very interesting documentary where some young males accepted to talk openly about sexually harassing women. And then the woman that was making the interview, she was like, but you assault also women with full veil. And their excuse was like, well, but the fact that she's wearing a veil doesn't mean that she's a good girl, so I can assault her. Who are you? Who gave you the right to judge, condemn, and punish a woman, even if she's not a good woman? Even if she walks naked in the streets. It's her ethics, her relationship with Allah. Who are you to come and pretend to be what? Allah? Allah will punish. Only Allah can punish human beings, not you. You don't have the right. So if she doesn't come and beat you or grab you or anything, she just walks naked. It's her right. It's her own business. The Prophet taught every man through his action with his companion to turn your gaze away. It's clear. Turn your gaze away. Lower your gaze. You see a naked woman, lower your gaze. The Prophet didn't say you see a naked woman, go and rape her. So take responsibility. Those of you that you do it, I don't even want to address you. I pray Allah will exercise justice on you. Those of you that you don't do it, but you maintain the narrations that women are responsible for whatever males do, rethink carefully. Rethink carefully. Because you assist those that they choose to commit such crimes. Because this is a crime. This is corruption of the highest forms of corruption. So be careful. Whenever you are ready to open your mouth, the next time that you will be ready to open your mouth, say, but women should cover because their hair will cause aura, or women should not laugh out loud in public, or women should not make noise when they walk in the streets, women should not sing, women should... Whatever you will relate directly or indirectly with male sexuality, and you will put the blame on women, you are helping a rapist. You are holding down a woman for a rapist to rape her. That's what you're doing. And this woman can be your mother. This woman can be your mother. Literally. That's all. This was not a happy video. This is a very dirty job. Talking about the pathologies we have within Islam, within Muslim communities, is a horrible work. Dirty job. But someone has to do it. And Allah knows best. That's all for now. I apologize for the heavy content. I will put a warning for women that have experienced such incidents to not watch, because I know how much it hurts. And may God lead us. May God help us, because we have reached to the point beyond help. And bye for now.